This is Keti Bandar, one of Pakistan's poorest, most bleak communities. No access to clean water, no sanitation, but more importantly, very little food. Standing here, you are bound to hear children constantly crying from hunger and malnourishment. Even for Pakistan, a country with more than 64 million people below the poverty line, this is a shocking reality. But for the residents of Keti Bandar, this is life.
मैं स्कूल से घर आकर फिर कपड़े उतार कर मुँह हाथ धो के खाना खाता हूँ। फिर मैं जाकर चूल्हे की लकड़ियाँ काटता हूँ। फिर शाम को आता हूँ, पढ़ता हूँ, लिखता हूँ और क्रिकेट दोस्तों के साथ खेलता हूँ। My name is Jafar Mala.
Jafar is a grade 3 student at the TCF school at Keti Bandar. His father passed away when he was very young, and while he is barely 9 years old, he must support his mother while he goes to school.
मैं TCF स्कूल में गया तो मुझे उर्दू नहीं आती थी, तो टीचर ने मुझे सिखाया, पढ़ाया, लिखाया और अब मैं दोस्तों के साथ खेलता हूँ। अब मुझे बहुत खुशी है। I am in class 3.
TCF school at Keti Bandar has given its children the chance to play, to dream, and to explore all that our world has to offer. Niaz, a bright 7-year-old, suffers from a neurological disorder that affects the left side of his body. But he doesn't let his disability come in the way of his schooling.
अच्छा, हमने जो है वो तालीम तो नहीं बढ़ाई, ठीक है। जो हमारा बेटा जो ये पढ़ रहा है, हमें बहुत खुशी हो रही है। हम बहुत खुश हैं आज। माशाल्लाह, ये जब बड़ा बनेगा, तालीम हासिल करेगा, तो हमको क्या चाहिए इसके ऊपर? ये सही है हमारे लिए, बहुत बड़ी खुशी की बात है।
Without TCF, Niaz and Jafar would have been one of the millions of Pakistani children roaming the streets, losing both their innocence and childhood. And while everyone agrees that education is the solution to many of Pakistan's problems, one can only wonder why the government does little to change the situation.
Every government wants to prove within 100 days that they've done a big job. Now, education has a very long gestation period, and it's only after, say, 11 or 12 years that you know what kind of product has really come out of the system. And nobody wants to wait that long. I think that is one of the big reasons.
To tackle this vicious cycle of illiteracy, a group of concerned citizens decided to take action.
1995 was a very bad time for Pakistan. I and a few friends of ours, we were 6 of us, who used to often talk about, the state of affairs and how they can be corrected. And we felt that we were part of the problem if we were not doing something to solve it. And that is what really prompted us to sit down, put our heads together, and see that what is a contribution we can make to improve things.
We had 3 possible avenues we could look at: micro-lending, health, and primary education. Some of the people again who were involved with us told us that 40% of health problems in Pakistan are hygiene related. So if you can teach people hygiene, you'll knock off 40% of the health budget. So that's why we went into education.
From the inception, from the word go, I think we wanted to keep a target or a goal which was over ambitious. Finally, everybody agreed that if we keep a target which seems to be an impossible target, then inshallah ta'ala we will achieve something. We didn't know at that point in time what, but we said yes, if the goal is large enough and big enough, that 300,000 children and 1,000 schools, that really looks something which people should take seriously.
TCF believes that the quality of their schools must be at par with those in the private sector. TCF's founders ensured that their schools would be built and operated at the highest standards. They would not be poor schools for poor children. In fact, today, in Pakistan's poorest neighborhoods, more than 600 TCF schools stand out as pillars of their community.
Our target is to make sure that our students, our kids, are getting the same quality of education which any other school, private good school, is providing in Pakistan. And so we are against this idea of having poor schools for poor children. It has to be a good, proper school for the children that we are serving. A normal TCF school would have a computer lab, it would have a library, it would have an art room, it would have spacious classrooms, well lit, and it would have a place for the kids to play. To give them this sense of hope that the possibilities that they have in life are many.
मेरा नाम नूर हुसैन है और मैं 8 साल से इधर पढ़ रहा हूँ TCF स्कूल में। मैं सुबह उठता हूँ तो नमाज़ पढ़ने जाता हूँ, नमाज़ पढ़ के आगे स्कूल आ जाता हूँ। स्कूल से जब घर जाता हूँ तो यूनिफॉर्म उतार के खाना खा के नमाज़ का टाइम हो जाता है। नमाज़ पढ़ के फिर घर आके आधा घंटा, पौना घंटा या घंटा जितना भी सोया जाए सो गए। उसके बाद उठ के भैंसों वगैरह को संभालना होता है। वहाँ से आ जाना होता है 7:30, कभी 8 बज जाते हैं। उसके बाद नहा के अपना काम करना होता है स्कूल का, फिर सो जाते हैं। मेरा इरादा MBA करने का है। अच्छी जॉब मिल जाए तो जॉब करके घर वालों का ही करना है। घर वालों ने इतना किया मेरे लिए, इसके बाद मुझे करना चाहिए।